Namaste. Namaste. It takes how many seconds? Wow, depends. Okay. All right. So I started doing this earlier, and then I decided to do this after chanting. I think it's better that way. So here you go again. Mic check. Okay. Namaste. Ataite piku shwe pang he samadhi prati pakusho setang pyam ebang pya sabaira gya pyam nirodha tabyang he datarang pyam sasyang Vishyamupa samhara는 니다마하 따뜻 Vishyamupa samhara는 니다마하 따뜻 Vishyamupa samhara는 니다마하 따뜻 prati shwetal tameka 따뜻 prati shwetal tameka 따뜻 vang pyang sahe Bhikkhu shwepa prati shwetal tameka tātata vang valamana banam. Bhikkhu shwepa prati shwetal tameka tātata vang va. Bhikkhu shwepa prati shwetal tameka tātata vang valamana banam. Wow. Bhikkhu shwepa prati shwetal tameka tātata vang valamana banam cittadama pyasat. Yasyang tu pratyalthaniyatam pratyayamataram kushonuikam chang chittatam tasyang salvamebang chittatamekagram nasatyevang bhikkhu shwepatam yadi punaridam salvatah pratyang haratyai kasminin nalte pratyang haratyai kasminin nalte samadhiyate tadang bhavatyekang grapitya bhavatyekang gramityato na pratyalthaniyatam yopi Sadarasha pratyaya pravahena chittatamekang gram manyate tasyaikang gratang yadi pravaha chittatasyang thalmasataikam na sati pravaha chittatam kushonuikatavat atha pravaham shasyaiva pratyayasya thalmaha salvaha Sadarasha pratyaya pravahi pang Pisadarasha pratyaya pravahi pang pratyalthaniyatatatva dekangra evati bhikkhu shwepadachitatan upapatatiha tasma dekamane kaltamavasatitam tasma dekamane kaltamavasatitam chittatamiti. I didn't miss any numbers, no numbers. Yadi chang chittete naike na na는 vitang sivapava pinang pratyayang jayera는 na타 katamania pratyaya durashirtasyanya samaltang pavet ania pratyayo pachitasyang chang kalma shayasyanyah pratyayang upapokutang pavet. Number 1. Samadhiyamanamapyetadgoma goyamapang samadhiyamana Samadhi yama namapyeta de goma yapa yasi yaniya yama kushuipati. Gatam chitta samadhi yama namapyeta de goma ya. Gatam chitta samadhi yama namapyeta de goma yapa yasi yaniya yama kushuipati. Kim chang sivantamanu bhavaha. Sivantamanu bhava bahuna. Sivantamanu bhava. Sivantamanu bhava bahuna bhashachita tasyan yatava. Bhashachita. Sivantamanu bhava bahuna bhashachita tasyan yatava. Brabhanoti. Gatam. Last page. Yada hamagra, yada hamadra, yada hamadra kusham tatasapurashami. Yachachansu prakusham tatapashyami tyahamiti. Number 1. Shyamyaha. Tatapashyami tyahamiti. And second, sorry. Shyamyaha. Shyamya. Okay. Tatapashyamyahamiti. Yep, got it. Pratyayaha Chaivasyam Prasyayasyam. Wait, this looks wrong. Pratyaya, this is spelled wrong. I mean, fuzzy. I hate that. Just, yeah, pratyayasya. Chaivasyam Pratyayasyam Meda. Is it pede or mede? Pede. Oh no, this version is sucking. Pede sati pratyayaniya pede. Pratyayaniya pede no pasatitahu. Eka pratyaya vishoyo. Eka pratyaya vishoyo yama pedatama hamiti. Eka pratyaya vishoyo yama pedatama hamiti. Number 2. That sucks. The printing sucks. Pratyayivi. Eka pratyayivi shoyo. Eka pratyayivi shoyo yama pedatama hamiti. Pratyayaha katamatiyananti pen. Katamatiyanantapin. Katamatiyanantapineshu. Chitateshu. Vartamanaha. Number 3. Vartamanam. Samanyamekam pratyayinama shrayat. Sivanupavagrahya shacham. Sivanupavagrahya shacham yama pedatama hamiti. Sivanupavagrahya shacham yama pedatama. Sorry. Sivanupavagrahya shacham yama pedatama hamiti. Pratyayahu na chan pratyakushasyam. Need to double check this. Yeah, got it. Mahatemyam pramanantarana pipuyate. Pramanantaram cha pratyakushabalenaivam vyavaharam lapate. Dasamadekamanekal tamavasatitam cha chittatam. Namaste. I'm gonna double check the spelling. This. I don't know. I wish I had a better copy of this version. Lambanam. Okay. Okay. Namaste. Oh well. I just have to be super careful when I read it. If there's any fuzziness, I should double check it with other versions. Furthermore, these distractions, the foes of concentration, are to be restricted by the same practice and passionlessness. Of these, in summing up, he describes the object to which the practice is. To check them, practice upon a single entity, which the practice does. I'm sorry, I don't want to read anything in between the brackets. To check them, practice upon a single entity. To check them, let him practice his mind stuff by making it rest upon a single entity. But one whose mind stuff is nothing more than an idea limited to one object after another, and is momentary, of this the mind stuff as a whole is surely not single in intent, and it is surely not distracted. But if this is withdrawn from all and concentrated upon one, then it may be said to be single in intent, hence not limited to one object after another. If, on the other hand, it of him who maintains that the mind stuff becomes single in intent as a stream of similar ideas, singleness in intent be a property of the mind stuff as a stream, then the mind stuff as a stream could not be a single thing because it changes from moment to moment. If, however, singleness of intent is a property of an idea only insofar as it forms a part of the stream, then whether it consists in a stream of similar ideas or in a stream of dissimilar ideas, it is all of it in no wise other than single in intent, inasmuch as it is limited to one object after another, and the fact that mind stuff is distracted is unexplained. Therefore, it may be said that mind stuff is a single thing, has many intended objects, is stable. Furthermore, if ideas accidentally related and different in nature were produced by a single mind stuff, then what a situation. One idea will be the remembrancer of a thing seen by another idea, and one idea will be later the experiencer of the latent impression of karma accumulated by another idea. Even if this could in some way be harmonized, it will surpass the maxim of the cow dung as a milky preparation. Moreover, if the mind stuff is to be some another, then he denies the experience of his own self. How does the idea I, in such expressions as I am touching what I have seen, and I am seeing what I have touched, inhere in one common substrate of ideas if all the ideas have nothing in common? How could the idea I am this undivided self, which has a single idea as its object and which persists in absolutely different mind stuffs, become hypostasized in one generic substrate of ideas? The idea I am this undivided self is knowable in one's own experience. Moreover, the authority of a perception is not overthrown by any other source of valid ideas, whereas any other source of valid ideas come into use only by virtue of a perception. Consequently, the mind stuff is one. It has many objects and is stable. Okay. Oh wait, I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna put a next mark. Small X. Alright, next up is Veda. I'm no longer using cannabis, so I'm trying to work through the pain. Alright, today's Veda, book 3. Chapter 1. I put 0 just as a marker. Alright. Or hymn 1. It's long. Okay, wow. I am not prepared for this. Let me just change this to him just to be congruent. Okay. Here we go. Namaste. Ragavadaha Vaidikasavara Vaidikasavara Virahitaha Manundalam Namaste. 소마시양 마 다바삼 바쿠슈여그네 마흐님 짜깔탕 비다테 야자티아이 대방암 아저청 디디아디운제 아드림 샤마의 아그네 따는 밤 주셔스방 브랑은짬 야지냠 짜끄르마 발타땅 기허 사마드 피라그님 나마상 두바시아느 디바흐 샤샹술비다탕 가비남 그르트상야 찌뜨다바세 가투미슈흐 마요다테 메티라흐 부다다쿠슈어 디바흐 수바는 툴자누슈어 버티비앙흐 아비는 다는누 다샤따 마프 달샤따 마프 스바는 달샤따 마프 스바는 딸 대방아소 아그니 마파시 스바스르르 노무 아발타야는 수파감 사부땅 야흐비허 시바땀 자지냐나마루샴 마히뜨방 시슌 나 자타마피아루라시방 대방아소 아그님 자니마는 밥 부수여는 슈크레 피랑은가이 라장 아따따는 방은 까라툼 부나나흐 까비피흐 바비트라이흐 쇼질바사나흐 바리야 유라빵 시리여 미미테 브러하티라누나흐 바브라장 시마나다티라다브탕 디보 야흐비라바사나 아나그나흐 사나 아트라 유바타야흐 사요니레감 갈팜 다티레 사부땅 바누이흐 스틸노 아시야 삼하토 베시바루방 크르타시야 요나오 스라바테 마투남 아스투라트라 테나바흐 비는바마나 마히 다스마시야 마따랑 사미지 마프라노흐 수노 사하소 비아디아우드 다타나흐 슈크랑 라파상 바품쇼이 슈로따는띠 타랑 마투노 크로타시야 보르슈어 야트라 마버르테 가비에나 베토셰치 두 달자 베토셰치 두 달자 누슈어 비베당 비앙시양 탕랑 아스르자드비 테나흐 구항 짜라는 땀 사키피흐 시베 필디보 야흐비 필나 구항 바푸방 비투실장 갈팜 자니투실장 바프레 볼비라고 아타야트 비비앙나흐 오르슈누에 사파트니 슈장에 사바는 두 우페 아스마이 마누슈에 니빵히 우랑 마함 아니바테 마발타포 아그님 야샤사흐 삼히 볼비흐 라타시앙 요나바샤야드다 무나 자미나 마그니라파시 스바스르르노암 아크로나 마프리흐 사미테 마히남 디드르쿠슈에야흐 수나베 파러지가흐. I need to double check this. I think I'm ready. I'm seeing things because I'm not using my medicine. Maybe. Let's see. Mm, 12. Yeah, I got it. 파러지가흐 우두스리양 자니땅 요 자자나밤 갈포 느르타모 야흐보 아그니흐 아밤 갈팜 달샤타모쇼티남 바나 자자나 수파가 비루밤 대바 사실지는 만화상 삼히 자그무흐 바니슈탐 장탐 따바삼 두바시아느 보러하는 땅 이드파나보 파러지 까마그님 사짜는 땅 비디유토 나 슈크랑흐 구해방 보르드탐 사다시 스베 아는따라빵람 울베 아무르탐 두하나흐 이루에 짱뜨방 야자마노 하빌피리 피리 하빌피리르웨 사키트밤 수마팀 니까마흐 대바이라보 미미히 삼자리들의 라쿠쇼짱 노 다미에 피라니가이흐 우파쿠쇼에땅 라스타방 수프라누이 때그네 비시바니 타니아 다타나흐 수레타상 시라바상 둔자마나 아피 슈여마 브로타나리유라데바느 데바나마파바흐 게뚜라그네 마는드로 비시바니 가비아니 비드바느 프라티 말담 아바사요 다무나 아누 데바는 라티노 양시 사타느 니 두로노에 아모르토 말티아남 라장 사사다 비다타니 사타느 크르타 프라티카 울비양 비아디아우 나그닐 비시바니 가비아니 비드바느 노 가히 사키에 피흐 샤베 필마하나 마히 피루띠 피흐 사라누여느 아스메 라임 바훌람 삼타루트람 수방아짬 파감 야샤삼 꾸르티 나흐 에땅 때 아그네 자니마 사나니 브라 볼비아야 누타나니 보짜무 마하는티 브르슈누에 사바나 그르테마 자는만은자 자는만자마 자는만자는 자는만자는마 자는마는 히토 자는만자는마니 자는마는 히토 자타베다흐 자는만자는 히토 자는만자는 히토 자타베당 Vishivamitre Piritiate Ajasraha Dasyam Bayam Sumatao Yajiniyasyam Pi Padre Samanase Siyama Imam Yajinyam Sahasa Banantubam Sahasa Banantubam No Devatra Tehi Sukrato Rara Pra Yamsi Hotalburo Hati Rishuo Nogune Mahi Drabinoma Yajasvan Illo Magne Burodamsam Sanim Goho Shashivatamam Havamanaya Sata Siananahu Sunusutanayo Bijabagane Sante Sumati Putvasame Namaste. Okay. What was the title? This mouse. Okay, I'll just say book the third. Thou Agni, who wilt have the strong, hast made me the Somas priest to worship in assembly. Thou shinest to the gods as at the pressstones. I toil, be joyful in thyself, O Agni. Is't have he turned the right, may the hymn aid it. With wood and worship shall they honor Agni. From heaven the signals of the wise have learnt it. Even for the quick and strong they seek advancement. The prudent, he whose will is pure, brought welfare, allied by birth to heaven and earth in kinship. The gods discovered in the midst of waters beautiful Agni with the sisters' labor. Him blessed one the seven strong floods augmented, him white at birth, and red one maxim mighty. As mother mares run to their newborn youngling, so at his birth the gods wondered at Agni. Spreading with radiant limbs throughout the region, purging his power with wise purifications, robing himself in light, the light of waters, he spreads abroad his high and perfect glories. He sought heaven's mighty ones, the unconsuming, the unimpaired, not clothed and yet not naked. Then they, ancient and young, who dwelt together, seven sounding rivers, as one germ received him. His piles, assuming every form, are scattered where flow sweet waters at the spring of fatness. There stood the milch kine with full-laden uders, and both paired mighty mothers of the wondrous. Carefully cherished, son of strength, thou shonest, assuming lasting and refulgent beauties. Full streams of fatness and sweet juice descended, there where the mighty one grew strong by wisdom. From birth he knew even his father's bosom, he set his voices and his streams in motion, knew him who moved with blessed friends in secret, with the young dames of heaven, he stayed not hidden. He nursed the infant of the sire and maker, alone the babe sucked many a teeming bosom. Guard for the bright and strong, the fellow spouses, friendly to men and bound to him in kinship. The mighty one increased in space unbounded, full many a glorious flood gave strength to Agni. Friend of the house, within the lap of order lay Agni, in the sister river's service. As keen supporter where great waters gather, light shatter, whom the brood rejoice to look on, he who beget and will beget. The dawn light's most manly child of floods is youthful Agni. Him buried in his form, the lovely infant of floods and plants, the blessed wood hath gendered. Gods even, moved in spirit, came around him, and served him at his birth, the strong, the wondrous. Like brilliant lightnings, mighty luminaries, accompany the light-diffusing Agni, waxen as 'twere in secret, in his dwelling, while in the boundless stall they milk out Amrit. I sacrificing serve thee with oblations, and crave with longing thy will, thy goodwill and friendship. Grant with the gods thy grace to him who lost thee, protect us with thy rays that guard the homestead. May we, O Agni, thou who leadest wisely, thy followers and masters of all treasures, strong in the glory of our noble offspring, subdue the godless when they seek the battle. Ensign of gods hast thou become, O Agni, joy-giver, knower of all secret wisdom, friend of the homestead, thou hast lightened mortals. carbon thou goest to the gods fulfilling. Within the house hast sate the king immortal of mortals, filling full their sacred synods. Bedewed with holy oil, he shineth widely, Agni, the knower of all secret wisdom. Come unto us with thine auspicious friendship, come speeding mighty with thy mighty succors. Grant us abundant wealth that saves from danger, that brings a good repute, a glorious portion. To thee who are of old, these songs, O Agni, have I declared, the ancient and the later. These great libations to the strong are offered. In every birth is Janata Vedas established. Established in every birth is Janata Vedas, kindled perpetual by the Vishvamitras. May we rest ever in the loving kindness, in the auspicious grace of Him, the Holy. The sacrifice of ours do thou, Almighty, O truly wise, bear to the gods rejoicing. Grant us abundant food, thou priestly herald, vouchsafe to give us ample wealth, O Agni. As holy food, Agni, to thine invoker give wealth in cattle, lasting rich in marvels. To us be born a son, and spreading offspring. Agni, be this thy gracious will to usward. Okay, I forgot to do something, which is when I finish book 2, I'm supposed to bow down to it. That's what I'm gonna do right now. So I finished book 2. So let me just bow down to the last hymn, which is hymn 43. So I'm gonna have to bow twice. This is book 2. I have to also bow to book 1 when I start. This is the most ancient Vedic text. I don't want to mess with it. Namaste. Namaste. It's good to bow down at the beginning of the book and at the end of the book if it's Sanskrit, if it's ancient Sanskrit. The more ancient it is, the more crucial it becomes. I mean, I haven't bowed down to anything else, but this is a Raga Veda. This is the oldest. Okay, so I finished. Next up is let me mark it finished. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not using any medicine anymore, so I'm not gonna use it anymore. I'm just gonna see if I'm gonna heal or not. And if I don't heal, I've stopped worrying. Okay. If I don't heal, I'll just try over and over. Either I'm gonna heal or I'm gonna die trying. That's all there is to it now. Okay. Let me make sure this is 19 as well. Okay. So I've been messing it up. After I heal, I'm gonna do this regularly. So, all the stuff that I've done in the past, I'll do it anew after I heal, because it'll be perfect. And then everybody will have a nice copy of everything, if they want it. Yeah, this is just my practicing. I'm practicing and healing. I'm practicing to heal. I'm not really showcasing anything right now. I have to remind myself. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Loma himka raset baka prasa. Himka raset bang. Himka raset baka prasetan bo mam samudaki tosati pratiharo manjang. Nita nameta diajinya yang 망은계슈 니타나 메타디얌 니타나 메타디아 지냐얌 니타나 메타디아 지냐야 지니야 망은계슈 프로타마 상양 에바 메타디아 지냐야 지니야 망은계슈 프로탐 I'll say it again. 상양 에바 메타디아 지냐야 지니야 야마 에바 메타디아 지냐야 지니야 망은계슈 프로탐 베당은기 파바티 나응은게나 비훌 차티 살바마 유레티 지오그지바티 마하는 프라자양 바슈필 파바티 마하는 길디양 삼바트 사람 마지진용 나시니야 뜻다드브라탐 마지진용 나시니야 디티 바 Namaste. Wow, it's a little rough, but oh yeah, wait. Iti ekona bimshahu kanunduhu. Namaste. Hair is a hingankara, skin is a prasadara, flesh is an udagita, bone is a pratihara, marrow is a nitana. This is the yajiniya saman as woven upon the members of the body. He who knows thus this yajiniya saman as woven upon the members of the body becomes possessor of the members of his body, does not become defective in any member of the body, reaches a full length of life, lives long, becomes great in offspring and in cattle, great in fame. One should not eat of marrow for a year. That is his rule. Rather, one should not eat of marrow at all. Wow, so deep. Okay, let me mark that finished. Should I say 가는도? Yeah, I'm gonna say 가는도. Being more proper every day now. Okay. Right, so next up is Ramayana, one of my favorite books. My second favorite book. My first favorite book, once again, is the Mahabharata. There's nothing like the Mahabharata. In it is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is just like 0.1%, not even 0.1%, 0.01% of the entire Mahabharata. Mahabharata is like 1,000 times longer than Bhagavad Gita. It's the longest epic on earth, period. If you know War and Peace, it's about 100 times longer than that or more. It's really long, and it covers only like more than half of it. About half of it only covers 18 days. It's really, really detailed, and it's in Sanskrit. So like you're watching a movie, 3 minutes have elapsed and you've read a page kind of thing. It's crazy. Not 3, maybe 30 minutes have passed and you've read like, 1 page, and just like, wow. All right, so Ramayana, this is the oldest epic. So Mahabharata, once again, is the longest epic, and Ramayana is the oldest epic. If you believe this came out 1.5 billion years ago, and they did have a writing system back then. After the war in Kurukshetra, about 5,100 years ago, all the advanced stuff, technology became completely destroyed. There out of 1 billion humans that came to war, at Kurukshetra in India 5,100 years ago, only about 20,000 people survived. Yeah, one side won. The Arjuna, the good side won. They won the war. And what the enemy did, the surviving members of the enemy, they came at night and slaughtered all of the good guy's side. What's the moral of the story? Physical violence has consequences. That's why we don't have kshatriyas anymore. I mean, yeah, they do exist, like minions, like, you know, but they're not a class anymore. Kshatriyas are not designed for. They're not. The warrior class is not designed for the Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is designed to promote. What is it called? Brahmacharya mode of life. Brahmacharya. So that's in order to be a Brahmana, in order to be an intellectual. So this Yuga, according to Hinduism, is Kali Yuga, which is the age of demons. And what really works here is the intellect, to the point of being satanic. Now, you can't just be smart. You have to be like, you have to be a snake when dealing with evil. So, you know, instead of chanting the full mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you put me in a battle zone. I'm not going to chant the whole thing. I'm just going to go Hare Krishna, and then just watch people, you know, fly left and right as they attack me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And if you know, if that's not enough, then as I'm, you know, if I'm about to be killed, that's when I'll, I guess, use my fist as I'm saying Hare Krishna. But that's like, no weapons at all. If you use weapons, Gaima says you'll be attacked back by the weapon. If you used your fist, you might be attacked by a fist later, but that's better than, you know, a knife or a, you know, a weapon in general. So weapons are they're not encouraged anymore in Kali Yuga. If you are striving to be a Brahmana, and that's really rare. A Brahmana is you know, the elite intellectual class, the high IQ people, and they are the ones who are gonna survive in this age, and they're gonna thrive. The high IQ people are gonna survive the storm, the storm that's coming and that has passed and that is here. Only the God's intellectual and God's smart people are gonna survive. That's it. I mean, what do you think I'm studying Sanskrit? You know, I'm trying to expand my IQ. This makes you smarter. Some things make you dumber and some things make you smarter. This thing makes you like smarter, and that's an understatement. I'm just gonna say makes you smarter, you know. But it if you only knew. Okay, so I did 21 last time. Devang Bimshahu. 22, and I do need a page number for this thing because this is not a digital copy. It's somebody printed it, scanned it. Sorry, someone scanned this. Let me make it my right size. Too big? No such thing. Let me see. That's a little too big. Okay, perfect. Namaste, Devang Bimchahu, Salgahu. Datang Basishutwa, sorry. Datang Basishutwa, Purvati, Rangjang, Tasharatahu, Sivayam, Paraharashata Badanum, Ramama Juhaba, Salakushamanom. Gurutas Vasatyayanam Matram Pitram Tasharatena Jam Brotasan Basishutwenam Mamgalaira Pirimanan Mamgalaira Pima Mamgalairam 맘갈라이라 피마는 뜨리 땀 상뿌뜨람 몰트니오빵 크랑양 랑장 다샤라 타스따당 다다오 꼬시까 뿌뜨랑양 수뿌리 때나는 따라 뜨마낭 다또 방유허 수카스 빨쇼 니라자스코 바바오 따당 피시방 미트라가땀 랑맘 뜨르셔뜨방 랑지발로짜남 보시바버르셔tul 마하티양 시드 데바두는 두피 니허스바나이허 데바두는 두피 니허스바나이허 샹은카두는 두필 비닐코셔허 샹은카두는 두필 샹은카두는 두피 닐코셔허 샹은카두는 두피 닐코셔허 브라양 때뚜 마하트마니 비시방 밑으로 야양바그네 야양바그레 따또 라모 마하야샹흐 까까바크셔타로 타는비 땀짱 사미들이라는 바강아트 사미들이라는 바강아트 깔라비나우 타누시파누이 쇼파야나우 디쇼 다샹 비시방 미트람 마하트마남 드리실 셔비방 마는나가우 빠는나가우 드리실 셔비방 빠는나가우 오케이 아누자그마 뚜라쿠슈드라우 아누자그마 뚜라쿠슈라우 슈드라우 sorry 아누자그마 뚜라쿠슈드라우 피타마하미방 쉐비나우 피타마하미방 쉐비나우 아누양따우 시리양 디브따우 쇼파야는 따바는 바니는 디따우 쇼파야는 따바니는 디따우 따당 고시카포트람 뚜 타누시파누이 스발람 그릇따우 바드타고 탐고리트라노 카드가 바는 따오 마하디우티 구마라오 자루바푸쇼 프라타라오 라말라크시마노 라말라크시마노 아누양따오 시리양 디프따오 쇼파야따마니는 디따오 스타눔 데바미바 찌는띠암 구마라비바 바바키 아티알타 요자남 가뜨방 사라이방 다크시누에 따뚜에 라메티 마투람 바누임 비시바 미트로 피아파셨담 그러하너 바트사 살릴람 마 푸트 갈라시아 파리야야흐 마는드라그라맘 그러하노 뜨밤 발라마티 발람 야탕 나 시라모 나 지바로 방때 나 루파시아 비파리야야흐 나 장 수부담 브라마트담 방 탈셔 예슈아는띠 나일라땅흐 나 바흐보흐 사드르쇼 비리아 프로티비아 마스티 가시짜나 드리슈 로케슈 방 라마 나 파베트 사드르 샤스타방 발라마티 발람 짜이바 파터다스 땅 라카바 나 사우파기에 나 다고슈누에 나 지냐네 부드티니시짜예 나 뜻따레 프라티바크타비에 사모 로케 다바나카 에타드비디아드바예 Labute na pavet sadere shasatava balan jati balan jaivan salvajinya nasya matarao Kushut pipan se na te rama pavishuyate narodtaman balamati balam jaivan pathotasutang ta rakava Kurohano salvalokasya kuputaye rakunanandana Vidya devaya mati yane yashashijangatam paved puvi Vita mahasute hiete vidye dejaha samanan vite Pradang tum tavan ka kutasatan sadara shasatevam hi paitivam Kamam bahuguno salve devayate natra samshayah Tapasang samanpurote jaite bahurupe pavishyatah Tato ramo jalam supurashatavang Parahurashata dabanah badanah Parahurashata badanah shuchih Pratijagraha te vidye Mahashway pavitangatam Mahashway pavitangatamanaha Vidya samudito ramah shushupe Pima vikramah Sahasra rashimil phagabanan Sharira sharadibam Sahasra rashimil phagabanan sharadi Sahasra rashimil phagabanan sharadibam Wow. Sahasra rashimil phagabanan sharadibam Divakarah Kurukang Aryan Nui Saivang Nui Niujian Kushikang Atamajem Ushasatang Rajanim Tatra Saraibam Sasukam Trayah Dasharatha Pasu Satatama Pyam. Sorry. Oh, this is the last verse. I want to say verse 23 just one more time. I think I messed it up. Kurukang Aryang Nui Salvang Nui Niujia Kushikang Atamajem Ushasatang Rajanim Tatra Saraibang Sasukam Trayah Dasharatha Pasu Satatama Pyam Turunashayane Nuchite Tado Shuitang Pyam Kushika Sutabacho Nulan Li Tang Pyam Kushika Sutabacho Nulan Li Tang Pyam Sukamivam Sang Vipapao Vipavadi Jang. Okay. Itian Shwe Shri Madrama Yanwe Paramiki Adikan Vie Palakanandwe Devabim Shah Salgah Namaste. Okay. Canto 22. While Vasishutra was speaking as aforesaid, King Dasharatha, with an exceptionally cheerful countenance, personally called Sri Rama, along with Lakshmana, smelling the head of his son, after he had been blessed by his mother, as well as by his father, King Dasharatha, and consecrated by Vasishutra, the family priest, by means of benedictory Vedic text. King Dasharatha then committed him to the care of Vishvamitra with an extremely delighted mind. Seeing the lotus-eyed Rama following Vishvamitra at that moment, a breeze delightful to the touch and free from dust began to blow at once. Even as the high-souled Rama was about to depart, there was a shower of flowers and a loud blast of conchs and beating of kettle drums, accompanied by the sound of celestial drums. Vishvamitra walked in the van, and the highly renowned Rama, adorned with side locks and armed with a bow, followed next, while Lakshmana followed the latter, equipped each with a pair of quivers, bow in hand, and illuminating the 10 directions. The 2 high-souled princes, who were devoted to the sage, and were resplendent with glory, and were irreproachable, and looked like a pair of 3-headed serpents, followed the noble-minded Vishvamitra, even as the Ashwini Kumaras would accompany Brahma, adding luster to the sage. Following at his heels, the 2 juvenile and irreproachable brothers, Rama and Lakshmana, who carried a bow in their hand, were duly adorned, who had gloves of iguana skin fastened about their fingers, and were armed with a sword, who were possessed of great splendor and charming limbs, and were radiant with glory, added to the luster of Vishvamitra, as the 2 boys Skandanda and Vishaka would adorn the immortal Lord Shiva, who is beyond conception. Having walked to a distance of about 12 miles along the southern bank of Sarayu, the sage Vishvamitra addressed the sweet words. Rama, sip water. Let there be no loss of time. Receive you the chain of manantras, known by the name of Bala, and the other known as Atibala. You will have no fatigue nor fever, nor will your loveliness be marred. Nor will the ogres overpower you, even when you are asleep or careless. None on earth will equal you in the prowess of arms. Nay, so long as you mutter the Bala and Atibala, none will prove to be a match for you in all the 3 worlds, O Rama. None in the world will be your equal, O sinless one, either in good fortune, or in prowess, or in wisdom, or in the judgment of your intellect, or in counter-arguments. When the 2 aforementioned spells have been received by you, none will compare with you, for Bala and Atibala are the sources of all wisdom, as they dispel hunger and thirst, etc., which dull one's intellect and thereby make one forget whatever he has learned. I hate reading in between brackets. That it's not in Sanskrit. I'm sorry. So long as you repeat Bala, I'm gonna read 16 again. When the 2 aforementioned spells have been received by you, none will compare with you, for Bala and Atibala are the sources of all wisdom. So long as you repeat Bala as well as Atibala, hunger and thirst, O Rama, will never be felt by you, O jewel among men. So long as you go on muttering the 2 spells, your renown will spread over the globe, for these 2 spells are the daughters of Brahma and are full of efficacy. I feel inclined to impart these spells to you, O scion of Kakutasatan, for you are fit to receive them, O prince. Even though all the manifold virtues referred to above already exist in you, there is no doubt about it, the 2 spells mentioned above will grow many times more efficacious when duly grasped by you, asceticism personified. Sipping water, Shri Rama, who is all pure, received with the most cheerful countenance. The aforesaid 2 spells from that great sage, a purified mind. Equipped with the aforesaid spells, Shri Rama, of terrible prowess, shone like the glorious sun, casting innumerable rays in autumn. Vishvamitra has taught all the duties that one owes to a teacher. All the 3 spent the night with ease on the bank of the Sarayu there, to Shri Rama and Lakshmana, who, even though they lay there on a bed of straw, unworthy of princess, were fondled all along by the words of Vishvamitra that night, appeared delightful indeed. I want to read that first. Maybe I'm getting a little tired. To Shri Rama and Lakshmana, who, even though they lay there on a bed of straw, unworthy of princess, were fondled all along by the words of Vishvamitra, that night appeared delightful indeed. Thus ends Canto 22 in the Balaganandva of the glorious Ramayana of Varamiki, the work of a Rishi and the oldest epic. Okay, I wanted to know the spell again. So this is the spell. Balam, balamati balam, balamati balam, balamati balam, balamati balam, balamati balam. So according to Ramayana, if you want muttering, I guess at a low sound, if you just keep muttering in public throughout the whole day, just balamati balam, balamati balam, balamati balam, balamati balam, balamati balam, balamati balam, balamati balam. So that's it. Balamati balam, balamati balam. Yeah, that's the spell from 1.5 million years ago. All right, so I'm done with that. Let me see if I marked it. Yeah, I did. Okay. I don't want to have to mark this. Done with 22. All right, so Kalki Purana next. It's 21. It's the last chapter of Kalki Purana, book 3. Today I finished the entire thing, and it's only the summary of the entire book. It's long. Yeah, so let me take a break. I'll be right back. Okay. Thank you for waiting. The last chapter of Kalki Purana. About 39 shlokas long. Yeah, it's medium sized. After this, I'm expecting a boon, if you will. The Vedic literatures never forget gifts. Yeah, if you want to enjoy life, look into Sanatana Dharma if you want to. Here we go. Let's see how I'm doing. Cool. Here we go. Last chapter of Shri Kalki Purana. Namaste. Sutta Uvacham Atrapi Shuka Sambando Mal Kanandue Yana Timatan Atalma Bamsha Sakatanam Atalma Bamsha Katanam Kalashechang Palnanam Tattah Devanam Brahma Sadhana Prayanam Gopuvan Saha Brahmano Bachanad Vishnul Janama Vishnu Yashoguru He Sumatiam Sivam Shakail Pra Tura Jatulpiha Shamampale Pure Pituha Putreno Sambang Dasatet distracting. My screen is distracting me. Pituha Putreno Sambang Dasatat Hopanayanam Hareha Putreno Saha Sambangaso Veda Tiayana Mutatamam Shasatranam Parijinyanam Shivasanandashanam Tattah Kalkeha Sutavam Shivapuro Varalapaha Shukapanam Shamampala Gamanam Chakre Jinyatipyo Varakil Tutanam Vishakayu Papu Pena Nija Salvatma Balnonam Nija Salvatma Balnonam Mahapyagyad Brahmanonam Shukasya Gamanam Tattah Kalkinam Shukasamam Bandah Simhalakyanam Uttatamam Shivadattavaran Padma Tasyang Pupasvayambare Taishanad Pupasangankanam Tripavaparikil Tutanam Tasyang Vishwodah Kalkesutu Vivahaltam Samudyamaha Shuka Prasathapanam Dautiem Tasyang Pi Taishanam Shuka Padma Parichayah Shri Vishnoha Pujanadikam Pandadidehatyanancha Keshanantam Parivalnuitam Shuka Pushonodanancham Punaha Shuka Samagamaha Kalkeha Padma Vivahaltam Gamanam Daishanam Tayoha Jalakari Dvapurasangangena Vivahastada Nanan Taram Vivahastada Nanan Taram Pumsatva Prapatishyam Pupanam Kalkel Daishanamatrataha Ananantang Agamanam Rajinyam Sambadasatena Samsadi Shanandat Vandatamano Janama Kaima Jantara Shivasatavaha Murute Pitari Tadabhishunoha Kushwatre Maya Pradaishanam Atra kya namanantasya jnana vairagya vaipavama. Jnana vairagya vaipavama. Rajñam prayanam karikashcha padmaya saha shamampale. Saha shamampale. Vishvakarma vithanancham vasatiha padmaya saha. Jinyati pratara suharata putraiha sena pilbuddha nigrahaha. Katitashicang terang deshancang seteri noam samyotana shrayaha. Tato terang balakilyanam muninam svani vedanam. Saputrang yang he Kutodariang Patashecang Atra Prakil Tutitahu Haridvaragatasyan pi Karkel Muni Samagamahu Surya Vamsasyan Katanam Somasyan Chan Vitanatahu Shri Ramacharitam Charu Surya Vamshanu Valnone Surya Vamshanu Valnone Devang Peshechan Maroha Sangango Yudhitang Yatra Prakil Titahu Maha Koravane Kokabi Nipatanama Paralata Gamanam Tatra Shaya Kalno Dipiha Saha Yudhitam Shashitvajanatra Shushananda Bhagatikil Tatidam Shushananda Bhagatikil Tanama Shushananda Bhagatikil Tatanama Yudhite Kalkera Nayanam Kalkera Nayanam Talmasya Kurutasya Jam Sushananda Yaha Siva Sitabasatatra Siva Sitabasatatra Ramodava Hasatu Kalkinam Sapayam Pulvakatanam Nijagurutratabakaranamu Mokushaha Shashitvajasyantara Bhagati Pranalta Yitulvipoha Bhagati Pranalta Yitulvipoha Bhagati Pranalta Yitulvipoha Bhagati Pranalta Yitulvipoha Vishakanyam Mochananjam Nirupanganoma Pishwet Jamanjanama Nirupanganoma Pishwet Janama Mayang Asitavaha Shamampaleshu Nanaya Jinya Disatanama Narada de Vishnu Yashaso Mokushashichantra Prakil Tatitaha Gurutta Taima Paravarata Tishichan Rukuminui Vratakil Tatanam Rukuminui Vratakil Tatanama Tato Viharaha Karikashichan Putra Pautra Di Samampavaha Putra Pautra Di Samampavaha Katito Devaganan Taibagano Gamanata Matram Devaganan Taibagano Gamanatra Gamana Matra Devaganan Taibagano Gamana Matram Devaganan Taibagano Gamana Matram one more Katito Devaganan Taibagano Gamana Devaganan Taibagano Gamana Matram Devaganan Taibagano Gamanatram Katito Devaganan Taibagano Namanat Devaganan Taibagano Namanat Matram Kamana Devaganan Taibagano Gamana Matram He Tato Baikunan Tagamanam Vishnuha Kalkeri Hoditama. I want to say it again. Tato Baikunan Tanamanam Vishnuha Kalkeri Hoditama Shuka Prasatanam Pana Muchitam Shuka Prasatapam Shuka Prasatapana Muchitam Katayitvan Kataha Shupaha 강은가 스토트라미하 프로크탐ปุรานุ에 무니사무마탐 자가타마 나는다카람ปุราnam panchalakushonamu 사이가시장. Oh wait, this is not okay. They added something else. 사카를 까시드 티담. 사카를 끼시드 티담. They might have spelled it wrong. 사카를 까시드 티담 슐로카이흐 셔트 사하스람 샤땅 티까무 살바샹 아스트랑 타따뜨뜨바남 사람 슈르티마노하람. Yeah. Page and a half left. 자툴발가 프라담 가르키 पुराणम पारिकील तिताम प्रलयानंते हरिमुखान निहसरताम लोकाभिसतरताम 아호 비양세나 까치땀 드비자루베너 부달레 아트라 가르켈 파가바타흐 브라파밤 바라마드 푸땀 예 파그티양트라 पुराणसाराममलाम श्री विष्णु भावा पुलुताम शरण은 받는 띠하 받아는 띠 사두 사다시 구슈와트레 수틸 타시라메 따뜻왕 감 두라감 가잠 가자바람 스발놈 드비장 야다라드 바스트라 랑은 까라 너이허 바스트라 랑은 까라 너이허 브라푸지야 비티바트 무크땅 아스땅 에보트 따마흐 슈르트방 비타남 비티바드 브라흐마누어 메다파라가흐 쿠셔트리오 푸바틸바이시오 푸바틸바이시오 타니 슈드로 마하네 파베트 부트랑알티 라파테 부트람 타날티 라파테 타나무 비디알티 라파테 비디암 바터나즈 트라바노 나다피 바터나즈 트라바노 다피 이티에따트 보누여마 키아남 로마하셔노조 무니허 시라바이트방 무니는 파크티양 야야오 딜타 떠나 떴다흐 샤움나고 무니피허 살드탐 수다마마는뜨리야 달마비트 부누여라누예 하림 티아트방 브라흐마 브라파사 요가비트 로마하셔노잠 살바부라노지냠 야타브라탐 비아사시쇼염 무니바람탐 수탐 브라너마미야함 알로키야 살바샤스트라누이 비짜리야짜 묻보나흐 이다메바 수느시파는남 티에요 나라야너흐 사당 베데 라마야노에 짜이바 부라노에 파라테 따통에 아다바는테 짜 마티에 짜 하리흐 살바트라 기야테 사잘라다 발노 사잘라잘라다 발노 바타베 가이까까 바타베 가이까 바타베 가이까 바하흐 까라 트르타 까라 바라흐 살바로 가이까 바라흐 깔리꾸라 발라하는 땅 사티아 탈마 브라노의 땅 깔라야투 Kushalam Bahu Karakiru Bahu Sa Pu Bahu. Okay. Iti Shri Karika. They spelled it wrong. Shri Kariki Pranwenu Bhagavate Pabhishoye Durti Yamshe Ekavimsho Tyayaha. So there's at least one spelling that's wrong. And I bought this for $45. How dare It's okay. They messed up the name Kariki. Called Karika. Yeah, it's Kariki, it's not Karika. It's not an adjective. I thought it was an adjective form. It should be Karike. Karike is the adjective form of Kariki. Translation. Just take a little break here. Namaste. And this is the last chapter. And I should bow down to the book. Let me read the translation and then I'll bow down to the book. I'm bowing down to letters and words, if anybody object to that. You know, in the beginning was the word. It doesn't specify what the word is. Okay, this is a really long translation, huh? Like, okay. They translated Shloka 1 through 27 in one paragraph. Because it's a summary. I understand it. Okay. So, changing. Let me mark that finished. So, you know what? I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna read it the second time. Just once more at least. I'm gonna mark it 0 because I'll start over tomorrow, I think. Maybe I'll take a day off. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll take a day off. So, Ramayana, finish. Kalki Purana. And this is chapter 21. Chapter 35 in the English translation version, as you can see here. 35. They didn't divide into 3 books. The original Sanskrit has 3 books, divided into 3 books. Sutra. The contents of this sanctified Shri Kalki Purana are a conversation between the great soul Mahākanandvaya and Shuka, a description of the dynasty of irreligion topics regarding Lord Kalki, the demigod's travel to Brahmaloka, along with Mother Earth, who had assumed the form of a cow, Lord Hari's appearance at the house of Vishnu Yasha at request of Brahma, the birth of Lord Kalki's 4 brothers from the womb of Sumati, a conversation between the father and son, Kalki's sacred thread ceremony, Kalki grows up with his father, Kalki studies the Vedas, Kalki learns how to employ weapons, Padma's meeting with Shiva, Padma's prayers to Shiva, Padma receives a benediction from Shiva, Kalki receives his parrot, Kalki returns to Shamampala, Padma describes Shiva's benediction to her relatives, Kalki reveals himself to King Vishakayupa, the glories of the Brahmanas, the arrival of Shuka, a conversation between Kalki and Shuka. Shuka describes the situation in Simhala, the Sabhayamambara of Padma, the lamentation of Padma. Kalki desires to marry Padma. Kalki sends Shuka as a messenger. Padma meets Shuka. The procedure for worshipping Lord Hari. The procedure for meditating on the Lord's form. Padma gives her ornament to Shuka. Shuka returns to Lord Kalki. Kalki goes to Simhala to marry Padma. The Lord meets Padma on the pretext of playing in the water. Kalki marries Padma. The kings regained their masculinity simply by seeing Kalki. The arrival of the sage Anananda, a conversation between Anananda and the kings. The story of Anananda's previous birth. Glorification of Lord Shiva. Anananda's father meets Maya after death. The characteristics of Anananda. Anananda's knowledge and detachment. The departure of the kings. Kalki returns to Shamampala with Padma. Vishvakaima and reconstructs the village of Shamampala. The Lord resides at Shamampala along with Padma and his relatives, well-wishers, children, and army. The oppression of the Buddhists. The wives of the Buddhists go to war. The arrival of the sages known as the Valakilyas. The process of surrender. The killing of the Kutodari witch. The meeting of Kalki with the sages of Haridwar. A description of the Surya and Janandra dynasties. The pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. The meeting of Maru and Devanapi. The killing of Koka and Bikoka. Kalki goes to Palatanagara. The battle between Kalki and Chayayakalno. The battle between Kalki and King Shashitvaja. The devotional service of Shushanandai. King Shashitvaja brings Kalki, Dharma, and Satya, Satya Yuga personified to his home. Shushanandai offers prayers to Kalki. The marriage of Kalki and Ramayana. A description of Shashitvaja's previous lives. The cause of his taking birth as a vulture. King Shashitvaja attains liberation. The deliverance of Vishokanuya. The coronation ceremony of various kings. The glorification of Maya. The various sacrifices performed at Shamampala. Vishnu Yashan achieves liberation by the mercy of Narada. The commencement of Satya Yuga. Discussion of the vow known as Rukminui Vrata. The glorious pastimes of Kalki. The birth of Kalki's sons and grandsons. The demigods and Ganantaivas visit Shamampala. Kalki returns to Vaikuntha. Shukadeva departs. And the prayers of Ganga spoken by the sages. This Kalki Purana consists of five branches of knowledge: creation, subcreation, the dynasties of the sun and moon, the Manus, and the pastimes of the descendants in the dynasties of the sun and moon. When those whose hearts are filled with the contamination of Kali hear this literature, they will be purified and thus achieve all kinds of perfection. This literature consists of 6,100 verses. It contains the essence of all scriptures, and as such, it pleases the hearts of everyone. This literature bestows upon the hearer the four objectives of life. It appeared from the lotus mouth of Lord Hari after the annihilation of the universe and spread throughout the world. The exalted Kurushuna Dvaipayano Vyasa appeared in this world as a Brahmana and compiled this literature. It describes the glorious pastimes of Kalki, the incarnation of Hari. Those who study or hear this literature in a holy place of pilgrimage, at an ashrama of sages, or anywhere else in the association of devotees, after worshipping the Brahmanas and giving them cows, horses, asses, elephants, gold, or cloth, and charity, are certainly the best among human beings and are eligible for liberation. By carefully studying this literature, a Brahmana becomes expert in all kinds of Vedic understanding, a Kshatriya becomes a powerful ruler of men, a Vaishya attains wealth and prosperity, and a Shudra becomes an exalted personality. Yeah, these are the blessings. By studying this literature, those who desire a son will receive a son, those who desire wealth will earn wealth, and those who desire wisdom will become wise men. After reciting this sacred literature with faith and devotion to the great sages, the son of Lomaharshana proceeded on his tour of holy places of pilgrimage. Shanaka Roshi, who was very pious and well versed in the literature dealing with yoga, along with other sages. Shanaka Rishi, who was very pious and well versed in the literature dealing with yoga, along with the other sages and Sutta, began to practice meditation on Hari, so that they finally attained his shelter at the sanctified place of Naimisharanya. Let me offer my obeisances at the lotus feet of Sutta, the son of the great sage Lomaharshana, who was a disciple of Vyasa, a great scholar of all the Puranas, and a determined ascetic. After studying all the scriptures again and again, it must be firmly concluded that it is Narayana who should be meditated upon. It is Lord Hari who is glorified throughout the beginning, middle, and end of the Vedas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the Puranas. Yeah, it mentions Ramayana and Mahabharata. Yay. These are my favorite literature. And Kalki Purana mentions it. I don't know what that means. The more you become liberated, the more you learn that, your desires are not even from you. So the fact that I love Mahabharata and Ramayana, let me finish. One more shloka. May Kalki, whose complexion is the color of a dark rain cloud, whose horse travels faster than the wind, who protects the righteous with his sword, who establishes the principle of religion, and who re-establishes the Satya Yuga after vanquishing Kali, shower his blessings upon you. Thus ends the translation of the 21st chapter of Book 3 of Sri Kalki Purana, named, what does it say here? In Sanskrit it's called Ganganga. No, that's the previous chapter. It doesn't have a name. Wow. Okay. There's no name for it. So I'm just gonna read what it says here. Thus ends the 21st chapter of part 3 of Sri Kalki Purana, relating to the future happenings of the Lord. It doesn't have a name though. Okay. That's it. Thank you very much. I must bow down to the book. I finished it. So in the beginning of every Vedic literature, it's showing, a lot of respect when you bow down to the book before you start reading and after you finish reading it. So I'm gonna bow down to it because I finished it. Because I haven't bowed down. I don't think. When was the last time I actually bowed down to a book? Probably like when I first started doing Bhagavad Gita, I probably bowed down in the beginning. But yeah, let me bow down to this. Thank you. Okay, so once again, the Sanskrit that I read is from this book. Let me mark this finished also. 1, chapter 0. Okay. So this is the Sanskrit version that I've read, Sri Kalki Puranam. It's an original Sanskrit text with English translation. Here's an example. So it has the translation and also the Sanskrit above it. And I bought this online. It traveled all the way from India to get here. I bought it a few years ago for about $45. All right. Yeah, this is an essential book in Kali Yuga in this age. So, we're dealing with karma. the reason why people stopped believing in God is because karma started moving really, really, really slow in some cases. And this brings about the shortening or disappearance of the time. Shortens the time by like quantum shorting. I'm tired. If you feel that karma is waiting too long to manifest itself, Kalki Purana is designed to make karma compact, or make karma go as fast as it can. So you still have to try to be a good person always, because this is about karma. All it does is it shortens the time it takes for the karma to take effect. So if same thing with the Hare Krishna mantra, the time of karma gets shortened by up to 1,000 times if you're good enough. So if it were to take, you say like with Kalki Purana, if karma, it took 20 years for the karma to come back, in your favor if somebody harmed you, then after reading this, it'll take you could take 2 weeks. That's if you're really good. That's what the book is. And it could be shorter than that if you're really, really good. I mean, think of what happened to the towns of Sodom and Gomorrah. It didn't take them 2 weeks. And the angels weren't fighting with this; they were praying. Sanskrit. That's esoteric knowledge. Yeah, Jews spoke Sanskrit 5,000 years ago. 5,001. It's recorded. The king of the Jews, actually. Not Jesus, but there's I guess the father of Jews. The father of the Jews came in contact with Bari Kushwit. Bari Kushwit was actually nice to him. And he wanted to get rid of, Bari Kushwit wanted to get rid of him, but at the end he understood the whole dynamics of life. Like this is the way it's supposed to be. Hence is why I'm wearing a yarmulke. And I never wear a 6-star. It's always a 5-star. So, yeah, it is what it is. But it's not for everyone. It's just, for people who really want to change the world. I have to change your walls. I can't live here. For good. I have to get rid of all the evil elements. If you're a real actor, you only speak the truth. So if I were to say the truth, I would say, yeah, I gotta get rid of all the murderers and rapists in New York City, period. Non-violently, non-violent. I have to keep in mind, non-violent, with the Hare Krishna mantra in the Sanskrit recitation. You have to get rid of all the murderers and rapists in New York City within 4 years, I guess. Thank you very much. Namaste. So I think I'm gonna clean pretty soon. I'll clean on Sundays from now on, because I'm staying home the whole day on Sundays. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out. It's not that I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out on Sundays. Okay, thank you. Namaste.